This is Michael B. of Higher Truth. Just quickly, I want to discuss the appeal of Bernie Sanders and why I could see, especially young people, being drawn to the socialist as more American jobs and quality jobs at that continue to be sent to India, Mexico, and China. We Americans are going to get angry. We're going to get resentful. And the natural inclination is to run to the government to fix it. Because my feeling is it is extremely un-American and unpatriotic to sell out the American people and send jobs overseas, ruining families, ruining opportunity. The more that our jobs are being sent over, the more that we see the separation of the rich and the poor, which only fuels the fire to bring socialism to the United States. Young people today see their parents laid off, fired, let go. No matter how great and how diligent the American worker is, it doesn't matter. They see large corporations just caring about the bottom line, widening and widening their profit. Now look, I'm a capitalist. I believe in capitalism. I'm a classic libertarian. But I also believe in nationalism. I believe in America for Americans first. When you sacrifice integrity, when you sacrifice the good of the country for your own largesse, that sends a bad message. It sends a message that companies like IBM and GE just don't care about their fellow Americans. And these are American companies. Yes, they're international, but they'll tell you they're an American company. And we believe that they're an American company, and they sell off our jobs. And this puts a bad taste in our mouths. And when someone like Bernie Sanders comes along and says he's going to break up the big banks and he's against trade agreements, well, that's fine, but he's not going to break up the big banks. Okay? He's not going to. The only way to even start that is to audit the Federal Reserve, which he voted no on Ron Paul's bill, which was gaining a lot of steam at the time. And Bernie decided to vote against it. So you want to break up the big banks, but then you don't want the Fed audited when it could have been in a position to be so. So the problem is that people like me, the classic libertarian, the very small few of this country, realize that the government and big corporations are two sides of the same coin. And the liberal left believe that the government will help them. They won't. The only shot at turning America around is to continue to elect true constitutional conservatives. Call them Tea Party, call them what you like, but that's the truth. And government, to a point, has a moral they have a moral obligation to protect Americans from being sold out for greed. And so I do believe in punishing American companies that sell out American workers and leave them high and dry. And I do believe that American companies should pay for re-education and retraining. If you're going to kill an industry like IT and you're going to send it all off to India, well, then you have a moral responsibility to the people that you've terminated. And this is the trap. This is where socialism is growing in America. The people are reaching out to government to stop it. But people like me realize that government is allowing it. Government is being paid off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called crony capitalism. It's called a plutocracy, where the rich rule and we're nothing. And more socialism, more government regulation, which, by the way, the regulation hurts independent business owners. Taxing the rich is only going to do two things. The rich are going to send more and more of their money offshore. They're not going to invest in America. And that hurts all of us. Number two, they'll just continue to send our jobs away, which also hurts us. Now, there needs to be less regulation on small business. Taxes need to be lowered. However, like I said, companies that continue to close our manufacturing plants and our IT data centers should be punished. And when companies continue to sell our jobs abroad, they should be punished for it through tax penalties. I do believe in the tariff. Yes, it will drive foreign goods up. Well, guess what? It'll make our goods more competitive. And companies are going to realize they're going to have to do one of two things. Either raise wages across the board so we can afford these more expensive goods, or they're going to have to lower the prices, and they're just going to have to take less of a profit naturally. But here's the thing. By raising wages naturally in the private sector, Americans will spend more and they'll save more money. And guess what? They're less dependent on government. So you know what? People that are truly disabled and are unable to work and truly need government help, you know what? The conservatives and the libertarians will not be as outraged. We're not heartless people. We just don't want our pockets picked. We just don't want to be told what to do, how to do it, and we want more choice. Ladies and gentlemen, more money in your pocket gives you more individual freedom. It's a fact. When you are broke and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can't make choices. You can't make choices on vacation. You can't even have one. You lose choice on what car you can buy, on what home you can own, on what food you can eat. All of these things kill choice. The more choices you have in life, the more freedom you have in life. And the liberal left are the last ones to get it. So, I see Bernie Sanders' appeal. He's not going to get the Democratic nomination. Hillary's not going to be indicted. She's too protected. She knows too much. But Bernie Sanders is dangerous because he paves the way for the next guy. Because if Hillary Clinton wins, and indeed she turns out to be an Obama third term, ladies and gentlemen, people will clamor for more socialism. They will clamor again, even though government is hurting them. They'll run to government again in desperation. And a much younger Bernie Sanders will emerge. And ladies and gentlemen, if we continue to replicate like the Soviet Union, who only lasted, mind you, what, 75 years? We will collapse. This is Michael B., always seeking higher truth.